Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Daily Magic. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I'm so happy you could join me. So today's new daily is to cast 20 black or green spells, which to me was very fortuitous because I saw, like right before I pulled up Magic, before I started this recording, I saw a deck that I really wanted to try, a Golgari Roots deck. Now, I've tried a few different versions of this in the past, and they just never really work for me, but I'm willing to give this one a shot. Now, obviously, I found this deck. This is an updated version, or a slightly different version of a deck that was in a regional championship like a weekend or two ago that apparently performed fairly well. So, why not? Why not? Golgari, the main archetype of Golgari is graveyard manipulation, so why not try to use Insidious Roots while we can, right? So just to go over it real quickly, we have Haywire Mite. When this creature dies, gain 2. For green, exile this or sacrifice this creature, exile target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. That's just great, and is really good for dealing with like Corey Steel Blades, which I really haven't run into that too much, but apparently that's a bit like that combo is a bit of an issue in the more competitive side of Magic. So very nice. Llanowar Elves just for some mana, and it's one of the few things that we might use Agatha's Soul Cauldron with. Molt Tender helps us get things into our graveyard, and we can exile a card from the graveyard, which will activate Insidious Roots. Cash grab, cash grab, same thing. Mills, and then we can pull something. Very nice. A Cankerbloom, just a single copy of this, again, because it can be used to get rid of artifacts or enchantments. Dredger's Insight is another one that we benefit from. Like cards leaving our graveyard, we get life back for it. Very nice. What else? Scavenging Ooze right here. Again, just another one that, so you can see there's a number of ways for us to pull things from our graveyard with this. Insidious Roots, the card of the hour. Agatha's Cauldron, really, the ability of creatures with a +1/+1 counters on them have all activated abilities of all creatures exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. That's really not that important to this deck, unless we pull something from our opponent's graveyard that would like their activated abilities really nice. But yeah, it's really just here to continue to help us pull things from the graveyard, which again is why there's really only one copy of it. Qarsi Revenant is just a card that actually has its own way of leaving the graveyard, so why not? Glissa, just because it's Glissa, this is Golgari. If you don't have her, what are you doing? It's a fantastic card. Single copy of Maelstrom Pulse just for a bit of removal. That's one thing I will say I don't really like about this deck is there's not a whole lot of hard removal. I mean, there's some, but not a lot. Harvester of Misery. 2 cards. You can discard that, send it to your graveyard to give something -2/-2, or when it enters, other creatures get -2/-2, which, depending on what you're playing against, could wipe your opponent's board. So, very nice. Overlord of the Balemurk, another card that can send stuff to the grave and then, pull things out. Very nice. Disruptive Stormbrood, again, it's just something, this is kind of like this is our hard removal with, destroy target creature with power 3 or less, so it's lower end removal, but it's still there. And if you actually get to play it, when this creature enters, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment, so very nice. Other than that, we have really just 2 lands I want to talk about. Restless Cottage, which is my own addition to this deck. I do like the creature. I like creature lands because they can be very nice, very helpful. And this one, it's still, whenever this land attacks, create a food token and exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Wanted to make sure on this one. Leave your graveyard, so you can get something out of your graveyard, and you get benefits for that potentially. The other one is Great Arashin City, which exile a creature card from your graveyard, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token, and then if you have Insidious Roots on the field, you get that. Same thing with Dredger's Insight. So I'm willing to give this a shot. I'm always willing to give a deck a new deck a fair chance, but so we'll see how it goes. We're just going to play a couple of matches, though that is no way of determining if the deck is actually good or not, just playing 1 or 2 matches with it. But we'll see. We'll see. I might do some matches like on my lonesome with this just to see if I like it, but this isn't terrible. Okay, so I can get rid of that on my next turn. Collector's Vault. So that's what they're doing? Interesting. So which one is the worst to get rid of? That taps for 2 colorless. Yeah, I guess we'll do that one. Yeah. So far, not great. Oh, yeah, this is a joy. Let's go. Actually, I'm going to go here, here. Can I go ahead and activate Cankerbloom? Yeah, they know what I'm getting ready to do. They knew what I was doing. Yeah, once they get Ugin out, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and do this. And we got basically nothing. Though I will take this. Yeah, I'll actually take the swamp. Because then I can play Harvester of Misery to start getting rid of some stuff. I guess not. So they're searching. Okay, so then they're going to pull the Weak Stone. That's not what I thought they'd get. Yeah, the Mite Stone of the... Alright. Too bad. Sure. That's funny. That's actually fine. So here, does Ugin come next? If Ugin comes out, I'm just going to concede, because I won't be able to do anything fast enough. There's the synthesizer. Okay, we're pretty much done here. Okay, we're gonna send this out. I'm just gonna play a few more, just a couple more cards, honestly. That won't do anything. We'll do this. Do this. There's our first. Pretty sure that's my first Roots. And then concede, because there's just nothing else I can do there. Yes, I could have blocked to get rid of one of their tokens, but I I'd bet money that they had a way of getting rid of my Glissa before they attacked. I just did not see I didn't see the point and keep continuing there. I was actually surprised that I assumed there was an Ugin in that deck somewhere. Just maybe not as quick, maybe that's just not the strategy I thought they were running. I actually kind of like this. Nothing I can actually use Molt Tender on just yet, but okay. Yeah, it's only creature cards, though, that Insidious works on. We'll play Overlord next. Was there anything else? No. Fine. So what are they thinking? They have a plotted Slick Shot, so they can play that for nothing. They can buff that up to Oblivion, potentially with whatever they have. But something's telling me they might not. I mean, they have to be able to do something, right? Okay, Screaming Nemesis. Play the Slick Shot, nothing? Interesting. That's unfortunate. Another Roots? Come on, man. This isn't going well. This is not going well. Because I have, like, no creatures to get rid of is the problem. Honestly, I might just block with, like, a Molt Tender here. Or I'm just going to lose. Because they have two more. That's 16. Yeah, doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Well, like I did say at the beginning of the match that they could just like buff this up to Oblivion, because I mean, and if you're wondering, 16 damage that takes me to 1. I block a Screaming Nemesis. The way Screaming Nemesis works, it'll deal 1 damage to me because it took 1 damage, and that's game over. So, or I just don't block and I lose. Don't you just hate it when that happens? All right, we'll do one more match just because this has not gone well, and I really think it's just because I haven't had the best luck with getting creature cards into the graveyard to then get rid of, to exile, pull back, what have you. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this, and I think that is kind of just how it goes with a lot of these decks, for me at least. This actually is not bad. We'll start off with like Insidious Roots, then we'll play Cash grab. Maybe. I'll start with you. Can't do anything on my first turn anyway. Llanowar. Alright. Alright. Interesting choice. I'm actually going to go with this one just so it can kind of start working. And we're gonna, yep, take you. Just straight up play the Overlord. Nice. That only works on mana value 3. I can discard that for 2. Play that. Yeah, we'll go with this since it has Death Touch. Alright, well, never mind. Alright, I'm already tired of this. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Probably should take the Overlord. Tamer Landfall. Always fun. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the oops was there. Oh, yeah, because they should have gotten rid of the lower level one. That's the oops. Do that, gives everything -2, but that doesn't actually help me here. Yeah, I don't like any of this. Honestly, good game. What is going on today? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not that upset because that is an interesting deck, and Temur is one of the few, like, is one of the handful of 3 colors I haven't made anything yet for. But and that one wasn't bad. Temur Landfall, that was kind of interesting. But yeah, I guess that's gonna do it for us. To be honest, I really don't know what to think about the deck. It could be that I don't know how to play it properly, and I'm very much willing to bet that that is the case. I just don't know how to play it right. So, deck list will be in the description as per usual. If any of you want to put it together and give it a try, let me know how it works for you. But other than that, we're going to wrap things up. So, if you happen to enjoy this episode, which I do sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you do happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released, don't forget to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.